Hi guys, I wanted to come on and just do a short little update video. I figured it would be fitting because a lot has been going on recently. I feel like I can't vlog and create content without like addressing this and talking about it because it's been such a big thing in my life right now. If you don't know, we have two cats, Fritter and Fern. So 2 weeks ago today, Fern, she threw up. She threw up all her food and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? She did throw up a couple times that week, but she only threw up once, like during the day, and then it was over. She didn't ever get sick again, so I didn't really think too much of it. And we had recently switched food, so we gradually gave them the new food and then they were like on it for a few weeks. So I was like, maybe she just doesn't like the food, you know? So she threw up that morning. Then about an hour and a half later, she threw up again. And I was like, that is so weird. Like, why is she throwing up again? About an hour after that, she threw up again. And it was the same thing. And I was getting really concerned, so I called the vet and I made an appointment for her. I made the appointment for after work, and then in the afternoon, she threw up like 2 or 3 more times. And so I was just getting very concerned that she was going to be dehydrated and everything. And we took her in. They're like, well, maybe it's the food, you know, when did you put her on this new food? And I said, well, it's been like 3 weeks. I said, I don't really think it's a food. I mean, it could be, but I need to know like what's going on. Like she can't keep getting sick. I don't know if they suggested we draw blood or if we brought it up. I don't remember. Honestly, it was just like kind of a blur. But we said, yes, draw blood please, and we want the results back the same day. It was like $70 more to get them the same day. And I said, yes, I want to know what's going on. So we get the results back. The doctor comes back in the room and he's like, her kidneys, her numbers are high. That was like, we knew what was going on. Like it's her kidneys. And he was reading everything off to us and explaining like the levels of everything. And he was just basically saying it's not good, and I would look at euthanization within a week. So I'm like, what are the options? Like, do we have options? Like what are we gonna try? There is no way I was just gonna do that and not try anything. So he suggested that we can take her to Madison, which is a bigger city like south of where I live. She'd be there for 3 days overnight with an IV to flush out her system. And I said, okay, so how much is that? And he said upward of $35,000 to $4,000. The percentage of it working is not high. He said 80 to 85% do not see a difference with numbers like hers. What's the other option? And he said that we could administer IV fluids at home, do that twice a day. So I said I would do it. The vet showed me how to insert the needle to give her fluids. It was really hard, like doing it for the first time at the vet. I mean, it was very nice that they were guiding me and they showed me how to do it. But basically, you have to like pull up the back of her skin on her neck. They want you to do it higher up instead of lower down, like on their back. They would feel it more. So you want to stay like up around in this area. But basically, you have to like tent their skin. They sent us home with an IV bag full of fluids, and they sent us home with a renal diet. That weekend, I just cried. Like all I could do was cry. The most important thing is to get her eating. It doesn't even matter what she's eating, just get her to eat. That's the most important thing. We offered her the renal food and she really didn't like it. She didn't want it. And then when we brought her home that day, she had gotten fluids from the vet. So she got like 200 milliliters, I think, of fluids. And so she had this huge sack of just fluids under the skin. And she was just so wore out. She just laid down and she basically just stayed laying down for the rest of the night. She was on the couch that night and she stayed on the couch and she didn't even get up once. The next day was pretty much the same. She kind of just laid around a lot. We would like offer her water, of course, and food and everything, but she didn't really do a ton. It was really hard. Like we didn't know like if she was going to improve. As the days went on, we were able to administer fluids. She didn't like it, of course. We were able to successfully get more fluids in her, and the vet told us that we shouldn't administer more if the first dose wasn't fully absorbing into her system. So there was some like delay with those fluids absorbing, so we were only able to administer them once daily instead of twice, and he did give us the okay to do them once a day since twice just wasn't working at the time. It was probably like 4 to 5 days of her being like on the fluids and us like encouraging her to eat, like I was buying like chicken breasts and chicken legs and boiling those up, taking the skin off, boiling carrots and celery and making like a broth for her, doing all these things, like homemade things to get her to eat something. So she was eating the chicken because she didn't want the renal diet, and it was even hard to get her to eat like just normal cat food. After like 4 or 5 days, she started to improve, and it was a pretty big significant improvement from where she was, which was so good. She was becoming more of herself again, and she was eating better, she was drinking better, she was like playing again, she was using the litter box okay. Yeah, ever since then she has had nothing but like just more improvement. And we took her to the vet on Tuesday. So today's Friday, retested her levels. They are down. The numbers are down. They're not perfect. They still are slightly elevated. They could still drop, but he still recommends that we give her fluids 2 to 3 times a week. And let me tell you, it has been very unsuccessful. We were able to give her some Monday. We tried tonight and it just didn't work. She's too squirmy. She cries, like it's just awful. And you know, I'm kind of at the point where if it's too much stress for her to receive fluids, then it's almost not worth it, you know? She's doing fine. She hasn't thrown up since that one Friday. She's eating, she's drinking, you know, she's herself. She really is herself. If we're not able to give her the fluids, then we aren't. I want so much to be able to maintain where she's at and keep the kidney disease from like progressing as much as possible, but if it's just impossible to give her these fluids, like there's nothing else that can be done, you know? So that's really hard. It's really discouraging when you go to try to give her them and it doesn't work, because you know, like it's going to make her feel better, it's going to keep her feeling better. But I'm just so grateful that she turned around, because to get news that you have to put your pet down, like that's the worst thing to be told. They're so quick to tell you like, oh, they need to be put down. And I just feel like, what if we wouldn't have tried? You know, what if we would have just listened to them and not did anything, you know, and not inquired about options? Like I feel like we could have taken her life away when she had so much life to live still. And that's kind of like upsetting and frustrating to me. I'm glad we did what we did, and I'm glad that what we did worked. It's been a lot, and she's sleeping right now up on the perch. Like she's doing really good. I fear that it's going to reverse itself. I don't know, I worry about that. So yeah, it's hard. My old cat, Cookie, he had kidney disease as well, and he lived to be like 18 or 19 years old, and we had him on a herbal supplement for the kidneys, and we actually have Fern on the same supplement. So she's getting 4 drops twice a day. I put it in like her moist wet food, like her gravy, and so she licks that up like right away in the morning before I give her more food, and then like in the afternoon I give her the other 4 drops. It's not hard to give her supplement, thank goodness, because she is eating. I will link that supplement down below in the description. It's by Pet Wellbeing. Like I said, we've used it on our other cat before, and we went through multiple bottles on Cookie, and my mom and I swear by that supplement. Like we really feel like it helped him. So I'm hoping that it helps her as well, along with giving her low phosphorus foods, which it's hard because she doesn't like the prescription food from the vet. So I had to go to the pet store, and I found the lowest phosphorus foods that I could find. We have her on a canned food called Waruva, and that is like one of their lowest phosphorus foods. And then there's another brand called Wellness, I think it is, and that's like in a little pack, and it's the morsel one. I don't know what I'm looking at on the back for like supplement facts, percentages of like the phosphorus in these foods, but between those 2 foods, she's been doing well eating them, getting her supplement, and then also I'm trying to mix the prescription food in with that food, and it's hard sometimes because she knows it's in there and she will refuse to eat it. I wanted to give you guys just an update on her. I was gonna just put it into another vlog and just mention it and not make a whole video on it, but I just feel like I need to make a whole video because I want everyone to know what's going on. Like I know people watch my videos and they like seeing the kitties, you know, and they're part of our life. For something to happen to them and to be going through something like this with them is really hard, and it takes a lot of mental space and a lot of time. I'm so happy that she's doing better, and I just wanted to let you know and give you an update on what's been going on. Would love all the prayers in the world to be sent for Fernie, just to continue with her health and giving her well wishes, and like pray that everything goes well and that she stays healthy as she can with this disease now. It is chronic, so like I said, it is going to be an ongoing task to keep her where she's at. Yeah, I wanted to just let you guys know that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, I guess. Like I said, it was just like a little update. Thank you guys for watching. I will have another vlog coming soon. I needed to get this out first so I can move on with the rest of everything else, because this has been weighing on me quite heavily. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in another video. Bye. I was just talking about you. Yeah. I was telling everybody how you got better and you're so strong. You're honestly so strong. You handled getting your blood drawn so well. She did so good. You guys, she did amazing. She's such a strong kitty, and we're gonna keep you there, babe, okay? Because you're my girlfriend. Yeah. I love you so much. Good girl. So yeah, guys, with that, thank you again for watching this video, and we love you. Right, baby? I love you. Okay. Bye, guys. While you're alone, when I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I